Okay, so in part one of this tutorial we were looking at creating some pyramided trades, and we just realized that BarsSinceEntry, which is a TradeStation function, only refers to the first trade in the pyramid. So we've had to set up some counters, and in part one of this I just set up those counters, and I'm now getting into the trades itself. So first of all, the to counter. So I'm going to say if to counter equals 11, then I'm going to have a begin statement. I'm going to do two things. We're going to sell from entry 2 is the first thing, next bar on market, but we're also going to turn off the to counter. So I'm just going to say, just going to copy from there, paste, Control V equals false, and we're going to end that. And then we're going to do something similar for the 3 counter. So I'm just going to copy that and paste it. So I'm going to say if 3 counter equals 11, then sell from entry, that needs to be 3, next bar market, and then start count 3 is going to be false. Okay, so let's just see what that gives us. Well, now that looks pretty good. We're getting out of the first trade after a certain number of bars. It looks like we're getting out of the second trade after a certain number of bars, but we're not getting out of the third trade. And the reason for that is we can see by just adding a little bit of code so we can check the current entries. And what I like to do is just use text statements, because you can see on the chart. So I'm just going to say, actually I'm going to say if market position equals 1, then, so only going to do this if we're in a long position, then value 1 equals text underscore new, and I'm just going to print under the low, and this is expecting a string, so we need to convert a number to a string, and we're just going to use 0 decimal places. Okay, so let's have a look at our current. Now remember, when we did this we were predicating that if the current entries equals 3, then we'd reset the 3 counter, and we'd set the start counter 3 to true. But if we look at the chart, we'll see here that we're in current entry 1, we make another trade current entry 2, but the previous trade actually closes before we get to enter the third trade, so current entry stays as 2, and thus we really don't start the 3 counter, so we need to find a way around that in this particular case. Now your case may vary, but in this particular case the way I'm going to do it is use this thing called total trade. So I'm going to create a new variable called TT, total trades, and I'm going to say TT equals total trades. Now total trades gives you the number of closed trades. So if we were to go down and just add another line here, we will be able to see that indeed a trade has closed. I'm just going to move that a little bit below, and instead of current entries we're going to make that total trades, and press F3 or click the little green arrow, and you'll now see that total trades here is 0, but as soon as we close that first trade, the total trade goes up by 1. So one way of doing this, and there's plenty of ways of doing it, but one way that you could meet the objective here of getting out of a trade a certain number of bars is just to add this thing here. We're going to say current entries plus total trades equals 2, current entries plus total trades the previous bar is not equal to 2, and we could do the same for the next one. current entries plus total trades equal 3, or current entries 1 bar ago plus total trades 1 bar ago is not equal to 3. So let's have a look at the trade now and see if we get what we want to get. Okay, that looks a lot more like it. So you can see we're getting out of the first trade, and we're not necessarily in the first trade the same as the second and third, but just for the sake of this tutorial, you can see now that we get out of the second trade. We're in the second trade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And the third trade we're in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Anyway, that's just one way of dealing with the issue of counting the number of trades and knowing which trades that you're in pyramiding. Incidentally, this strategy is not using intrabar persist, so your situation may vary, but hopefully there's just a few ideas here of how you can manage these situations which may be helpful to you. Anyway, I hope you found this tutorial useful. If you're not part of the Markplex email mailing list, then please go to markplex.com and join the list, and I'll be pleased to let you know when I create new tutorials or release new programs. Thank you.